Our next Senate candidate that joined us today, I cannot thank him enough for being here and thank him for stepping up to the plate in his first political race, and he did an outstanding job, and I'm so proud that he's with us. And I'm here to say this is not the last step for Greg Fischer. Amen. Thank you so much, Greg. Come up here.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'd like to start by thanking the people of Kentucky who embraced me so warmly these past 6 months. It will always be one of the highlights of my life, and I look forward to the next chapter. I've maintained throughout this campaign that primaries were not only for articulating the respective candidates' visions for Kentucky's and America's future, but for also contrasting differences. But today, there are no differences. Today, we're all Democrats unified in one common purpose: to put a Democrat in the White House and a Democrat in the United States Senate. It's time to bring our party together and begin the long and ultimately successful march to retire Mitch McConnell to the private sector this fall. Now, Mitch McConnell talks about the power of 40 in the United States Senate. This so-called power of 40 represents the type of obstructionist thought that has created the huge problems that now face our Commonwealth and now face our country. Let's talk just briefly about what this power of 40 has brought us. Inadequate health care for Americans. It is shameful that almost 500,000 Kentuckians do not have health insurance. That's what the power of 40 has brought us. Our great country is now being held hostage to oil from places of the world that are not favorable to America. Working families are struggling to make ends meet. Jobs are being shipped offshores, a trade deficit with China that will continue to grow, unconscionable tax breaks for oil companies and the super rich instead of people that actually need a break. And last, no plan to bring our troops home safely from Iraq. So I'm a little upset with this power of 40. Rather than Mitch McConnell's power of 40 and their terrible results, it's time that we focus on the power of 60 in the United States Senate. We need an optimistic vision that speaks to the resourcefulness of the American people to solve the big problems of our day. And the power of 60 in the United States Senate is a critical step to unleash this potential that we have here in America. The power of 60 is why we need Democrat Bruce Lunsford in the United States Senate. Mitch McConnell looks at the future and he tries to scare us. He tries to make Americans and Kentuckians afraid. Creating fear is not motivational and is not the reason to change. Bruce, who I've known for a long time, 25 or 30 years, has demonstrated throughout his career and throughout his life that he is a man of action and he can move this state and he will move this country forward. Rather than the bleak McConnell outlook of fear, Bruce sees a bright, action-oriented, and optimistic future. And I'm confident that Bruce can help unleash the power of 60 in the United States Senate. So it's time for Democrats to focus on the most important matter of what's best for Kentucky and what's best for America. And that's what we need to put our energies behind. We need to put a Democrat in the White House. We need to return Ben Chandler and John Yarmouth to the United States Congress. We need to elect David Boswell, Heather Ryan, and Michael Kelly to Congress. And we need to elect Bruce Lunsford to the United States Senate. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.